Thank you. It's great to be back in the Aging Committee. Um, uh, Thank you, Chairman Slapp, Chairman Sarah, Ranking Members Kelly and Wilson. I am here to speak in favor of three particular bills. Senate Bill 85, as well as House Bill 5096 and House Bill 5097. I'll be brief on that. I have submitted testimony in that respect. But I want to begin with Senate Bill 85. I want to thank the committee for raising this issue, particularly the leadership of the ranking member and the chairs in raising the awareness of age discrimination. In understanding that we, as an aging population in our state, has an incredible resource and talent of our seniors, and we have fallen into a point of thought that we have neglected that population in their ability to contribute. We have also worked with many organizations to retrain and readapt those individuals. They're an incredibly valuable resource, and I applaud this committee's work in raising the awareness, but also raising protection for our older employees that are looking for a new career transition, and to be able to enact legislation and create an awareness to be sure that they're protected as they re-enter the marketplace. I've talked to many of our seniors that are looking for a second or possible third career. They are particularly energized by the opportunity that they could be looking into different areas beyond their traditional skills that they've had in their first or second career, to look at advanced manufacturing, to look at various facets of the 22nd century technology. So I really want to thank this committee for raising it, but also to flush out any of the barriers that may be present for those individuals to be a valuable contributor to our workforce. The second bill is an act expanding eligibility for Alzheimer's respite program. We've been through this many times in this committee. This committee has taken a tremendous leadership way before its time in raising the awareness that Alzheimer's and dementia is a growing problem, and maybe even present way before we were aware. But the cognizant ability to be able to get diagnosis and treatment has created a tremendous need. But what doesn't really get captured in the data point, which you'll see in our testimony, are the impacts on caregivers, families, and the medical providers. Particularly on the respite program, I think it should change the word. It's not a vacation, it's not a respite. It's truly a necessary break from the incredible challenges and the incredible burden that caregivers have in regards to caring for someone suffering, their loved ones suffering from dementia. A day off is an incredibly valuable resource. As I've talked to many of the caregivers, the idea that close to 70% of caregivers themselves fall ill is one of the most important factors for us in regards to aging in place and being a proactive supporter of better health for our seniors. The respite program is a critical part, and I struggle that every year in our Appropriations Committee we continue to cut this necessary funding. So I applaud this committee's work in that area, and I hope that the rest of the General Assembly sees the value of this program, because Alzheimer's and dementia is a tremendous drain on not only the individual caregivers, but their families, but also on our economy. The third area is a recent phenomenon, and I want to thank Representative Sarah for his leadership in kind of raising awareness on this issue, is the recent phenomenon of parents and senior caregivers that are entering their second stage of child rearing, because so many of their own children have fallen to the social plague of addiction, whether it's in the opiate or drugs or any form of the addiction. We have created a generation, evident by the opiate epidemic, that are unable to care for their own children. And we have seen such an incredible burden on individuals that should be enjoying their retirement years, their golden years, free of worry, and just simply babysitting and leaving. They're no longer able to leave. They're burdened with the responsibility of caring for a loved one, but at the same time, they're so ill-equipped financially, as well as the challenges that they have had to endure. This is a recent phenomenon that we've not given enough credit to. And I do want to applaud this committee for making awareness of this, that we need to understand when we talk about the impact of opiate addiction, not only on the individual that is afflicted, not only on the extended family that's afflicted, but a whole generation of young children that will not have the supportive network of a nuclear family dynamic. And I want to applaud these parents, these grandparents that have stepped up, or caregivers that are willing to give up their retirement years to care for their loved ones. So I know I've gone beyond my 3 minutes, and I appreciate the indulgence of the committee, but those are so many of the other bills that the Aging Committee has raised. And I want to thank all of the members of the committee for raising issues that are critical for the health and well-being of our seniors, but also so many of the people that make a huge contribution in our society and in our state. I'd be happy to take any additional questions.
Thank you, Senator, very much. Any comments? Yes, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Senator Hwang, for being with us this afternoon, and thank you very much for sporting that beautiful Kelly green tie. I particularly like that, and seeing that we're about a little less than 30 days from High Holy Day of St. Patrick's Day, it's totally appropriate.
It's a month-long celebration, isn't it?
It is. Well, to a guy like me, it's all year round. It's 365. But thank you particularly on the, your advocacy on the issues you spoke of today. We know that ageism exists. That's why Senate Bill 85 is before you, and I thank Senator Slapp for his leadership on this bill, not only in this committee, but his work last year that really set the stage for this year's legislative proposal. But also the Alzheimer's respite. I believe a couple of years ago you introduced me to Eleanor Wilbur, who was the state representative that started this respite program. And the beauty of it is not just aid for the caregiver, but it's an essential ability to help the champion in the community that helps seniors age in place. And all too often what we do when we sit down in appropriations is look at the dollars and cents and not look at the savings that by keeping people in their home where they want to be with people they love and better care, that it actually saves money from the highest end of the Medicaid pool, which is the institutional setting. And this is a small way that we can help not only the individual in need, but the caregiver that helps them. It's not a day off, as you said. It's a day when that person actually gets a chance to look at their life and maybe go to their doctor appointment or their child's appointment or go grocery shopping so that they can run their household and make sure that their responsibilities are taken care of. Caregiving is a daunting task, and this is an initiative that goes to that. And once again, thank you for spending time with us and your advocacy on this issue, because it's critical if we're going to get this right. Thank you.
And thank you very much for those words, and thank you for acknowledging Eleanor Wilbur. She stands as one of the role models that I have, stricken by polio at a young age, in wheelchair bound. She took care of her husband for many years and asked for no quarters, but at the same time she understood it's a tremendous burden, and she had a stubborn Yankee way about her, being the granddaughter of Robert Frost. She, if she could, she would take care of everything herself. That's the stubborn New England way. But she also recognized that she couldn't do it alone. We talk about data, we talk about dollars and cents, but Senator Kelly, I think you're right. When you talk to people whose lives have been impacted and have loved ones that are lost to Alzheimer's, it is the most insidious of illness, in the sense that these are physically capable in some cases, but they don't remember anything. When you look at the legacy and you look at the values and the treasures that you have, it is about your memory. And when I hear loved ones look at an individual and they don't remember who they are, people that they have spent a lifetime creating memories, and those memories are gone. It is the most gut-wrenching type of dynamic you will ever feel. And for those people, I hope we find a solution for Alzheimer's, but nevertheless, as we do right now, let's create an opportunity for those people to be able to do their best and give their best to loved ones. That's what it's all about.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for your support on these important issues.
Thank you.